between the christening, they didn't really let us eat anything. We had like a test meal at Worlds of Marvel. On the media cruise, we never made it to Jumbeaux because it was always closed for other media, and then whenever we tried to go, we were all very full and dying. And so I went to Jumbeaux and I got the Sundae that comes in the souvenir ice cream truck for $20. And you get 3 scoops of either gelato or ice cream. I know the sign says ice cream only. You could get gelato also. They have a lot of choices. I will tell you, anytime on these ships I've gone to it's an upcharge location, but anytime I've gotten anything from there, it's always been very, very good. And on the side note, my mother was just complaining about, you didn't like the hot fudge over there?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, never mind. I thought you were talking about your free ice cream. You liked your free ice cream though? They do have free soft serve, and the flavors will change as the cruise continues as well. But let me see what flavors of gelato I picked. Thankfully it's a nice cold day, so this ice cream, or gelato I should say, is holding up well. I got Hops Carrot Cake Gelato, so it's supposed to be the Hops family, Judy. I think I got the tiramisu, yeah. So tiramisu, carrot cake, and butter pecan. My father's very upset because he's a child and can't eat things with flavors. Anyway, it took you to Japan, you ate raw fish. You can't deal with this.
I want the pecan, that's what.
All right, I'm just going to try a little. I don't want this. I want the cup. I want the vessel.
That's cool, and it even rolls.
It does roll. Oh, wow.
What's that?
The butter pecan, I think, also has cake in it. Really good, very sweet, but very good. Is that bread? It's real bready. Weird. Was it like butter pecan cake? Butter pecan gelato. I don't know. I didn't get this topped with cake either. Or did they throw a cake in? What does the sundae come with? They don't really have descriptions of the flavors, so... No, you get 3 scoops of ice cream, 5 toppings, or gelato. 5 toppings, whipped cream, and a cherry. Yeah, so there's just cake in that one gelato. Let me see if I can get down to the Hops carrot cake or the tiramisu. I think that's the carrot cake right there. Obviously the carrot cake would have cake in it. I see the cake in the carrot cake. I got a little bit of it. Oh my God. The carrot cake is outrageous. It's super moist, delicious carrot cake with gelato. Real strong carrot flavor, punches you in the face, but it's very good. Very, very good, very rich. And then I think my tiramisu is hiding over here, I think. The tiramisu is considerably lighter than the other two. So you may, if you want a lighter, I mean, if you're getting gelato, you might want something lighter and refreshing anyway. The tiramisu is more of that. It's not a profound flavor. It's like a hint of that coffee flavor. This is very good. It's a fun thing to do for $19.99. You get 3 scoops, and yeah, I know it's extra, but it's just a cool thing. And the gelato is always very, very good. So the Periscope pub ended up being a little bit of a bust. Not in that I got my photos and everything with my, as you saw, I marked in a special way the day. We had our pin, which is an original pin that was worn on the costume, beginning in 1971 for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea at the Magic Kingdom. I also had the patch, and then one of the bartenders was nice enough to take off their Periscope pub pin, which is on their costume, and let me take a picture of that, since it's a facsimile, a homage to that original cast member pin. They let me take a picture of the two together, so that was cool. The bust part was that they don't start food in there till 5. We have the 8:15 dinner seating. There's no way we could crank out a couple of food items and then still eat at 8:15. And I'm excited about dinner tonight because it is Cocoa Night 1, which we did not get on the media sailing. I was worried because it's also Pirate Night. I was worried that if you've cruised with Disney before, you know Pirate Night changes the menu in the venue you're in. So I was concerned that I was going to end up not getting Night 1 of Cocoa. But that's not the case because it's the maiden and because people want to see the ship. I'm very happy that we get to experience what the Night 1 of Cocoa is. You've seen Night 2 if you watched our content. You've seen that full dinner show. We had the front row, so we have, not because of any talent, I'm not tooting our own horn, but we were given a great table. And so we have the front row view of the second night dinner show, if you want to watch that on the channel. Highly recommend. And then also Eric and I, in the midst of that, while Rosanna was nice enough to film that, Eric and I filmed the review of the night 2 food. Obviously, there's more to try at night 2. We will get there on night 6, I think, of our cruise. Is that right? Yes. But tonight we get to try night 1 of Coco, a whole different menu, different show in some way, shape, or form. We're going to see what the show is like. They said it's more atmospheric, less show, but it's still going to set up that very emotional night 2 show. So I can't imagine that show is already so emotional. Adding another layer to it with whatever's going to happen, foreshadowing all that tonight. Very excited. But I stopped at Jumbeaux Sweets to try a bite of 2 things. I'm literally going to try 1 bite of these because I don't want to overdo it on this cruise. And then I'm going to give my parents the rest. But the first thing we're going to try is the popsicle facsimile, which is going to be a popsicle. Well, they don't even call it that, but it is a Paw Shortbread cookie. My sinuses have, the weather's been killing my sinuses. This cloudy, rainy, cold and hot, and my sinuses are acting up. But it's supposed to be a popsicle, but they call it the Paw Shortbread cookie. It looks like it's 2 shortbread cookies with cream in between them on a stick. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a bite of this. I had a feeling it was going to explode because the cream is delicate. This is $4.50. Of course, Jumbo's is upcharge. It's not included. This is very good, though. I think there's chocolate in the middle, but I'm going to let my parents work their way down to the middle. I'll have 1 more bite. That top cookie's coming loose. Man, that's so good. 2 perfectly cooked shortbread cookies, perfectly baked shortbread cookies, a nice sweet cream. I would absolutely get this again. I love that. Now, the other thing I wanted, I got the 2 most thematic items. Gideon Grey, of course, in the movie, is a bully to Judy when she's a kid, but then later on he works with the Hops family to source the ingredients for his pies. He becomes a baker. And so they have an homage to Gideon Grey in one of the items, which is a pie, not kind of a pie. It's Gideon Grey's almond blueberry tart. And so he's made an almond blueberry tart. If you look around in Jumbo's, you'll actually see there's like a crate of pies from Gideon Grey in the propping, which I love. I mean, Zootopia is one of my favorite movies. You guys know that. If you watch the Shanghai vlogs when we got to go to Shanghai for and see Zootopia Land for the first time. This is, again, almond blueberry. So I'm seeing, what is under this layer? Oh, yeah, there's a coating of blueberry on top of like I'm guessing, like a marzipan almost. That's very good. I'll have 1 more bite. I mean, you definitely taste the almond. Really nice flavor. You get that sweet, the sweet blueberry up against that almond cake. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like I thought usually there's like a secondary gel in these, like a blueberry over like a marzipan kind of thing. But it's actually cake with like a yellowish layer over it and then the blueberry. So it's just this rich, almost like it tastes almost like frangipane cake a little bit, but with blueberry. And the crust is super soft, like it's not too hard, the pie crust. It's really good. I would give both of these a 7. I would go back for both of these. I love these. I know they're extra and you paid for a cruise and you should just utilize the free stuff, but I happen to really like these. So there you go. Went back to Jumbeaux Sweets for Christmas. Going to try to knock out a few more food items. These are the Sahara squares. What is a Sahara square? I think they're essentially cupcakes, but there's something on top. Is this a giant marshmallow? I didn't ask, and the description doesn't really say. But we're going to find out, obviously. That's the point of doing this, to find out what these are. So they're all called Sahara squares. Sahara Square Flash Chocolate Cupcake. So he has a brown box on the top, this flash. Is that not? Is that... What is that on top? Is it just a square of icing? Or is that cake? I'm so confused by this. Let's get down in there and see what's going on. This looks like cake down here. Here's cake. Almost like a devil's food cake down there. But with this block of chocolate icing on the top. That's definitely not cake on the top. I'm so confused. I don't know, it's pretty good. The cake is good. The icing, I don't think really goes with it. Also, who needs a block of icing? That's too much. The cake happens to be very, very good, though. I really want to save one of these little boxes. I don't know that it's going to happen. There's chocolate all over it. Maybe not. I love them, though. They're custom. They say Jumbeaux Sweets. And they say Disney Cruise Line. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that one's pretty good. I'll give it like a... I like the cake a lot. Give that like a 5. The icing's too much. Let's try the next one, which is going to be the Yak's Vanilla. They also come with a decorative chocolate piece on the front. I'm not even biting those. I'll try one. White chocolate? Yeah. Not bad quality. It doesn't really elevate it, but for the presentation. Presentation-wise, they're cool. I appreciate that they did something interesting and different. But Yak's Vanilla, he's green. Is it icing? The texture on that one's completely different. Is it like a cream? It's like a dense cream. I almost thought they were going to be marshmallows. I thought that made sense, but alas, it is not. Let's get down into the vanilla cake. Just plain vanilla cake. That one is much drier than the other one, so not as good. Is that like a 2? I should take a fresh spoon, maybe. All right, the red one is the Nick Wilde Red Velvet. See, even breaking into it with a spoon, it has like the feel of like, it bounces back a bit like marshmallow would. There's no way that's marshmallow. It's just, it's so creamy. Let's get into this cake, though. That chocolate one might have just been a lot fresher. This one's pretty dry, too. The icing in the cake is nice. Not so much the stuff on top is too much, I think. Looks like I'm bleeding. It's so red. Yeah, I don't know. Like a 3. I gave the first one a 5 because the cake was moist and fresh. And let's try. So Judy, I'm excited about because it's carrot cake. So this is the Judy Hops carrot. Doesn't even say cake. And now I got my red icing hands on every box. I ruined all the boxes. It's impossible. The cake is actually in the box. The box acts as the wrapper, so there's no separation of any kind. I just think it's a cute box. I wanted to take one home. Okay, so whatever is on top of hers is completely different because it has chocolate inside. Nope, that's not chocolate. It's something with a blueberry filling, which I guess is an homage to Gideon Gray and his blueberry pies. It almost tastes like Nutri-Grain bar filling. It's wacky. But let's get down into the cake, shall we? The spoon is having a hard time getting in there. It's hard to get a decent-sized spoon out. There we go. Definitely more moist, but just not great carrot cake. It really tastes more like I'm getting mostly raisin. Obviously, there's raisins in it, as it's carrot cake. Most carrot cake has that. Just the flavor's weird. I love carrot cake. I think the flavor's weird. It just tastes like raisin. You're not getting any of that other accompanying flavor you're supposed to get. I don't know that the blueberry thing works well with it. I'll try another spoon if I get a little bit of the blueberry and some of the cake. Maybe. I told myself I'd do just one bite of these, but in order to get to everything, it took a little more. That blueberry just overpowers. That's kind of the highlight. I mean, that's definitely the most interesting one, but still, quality-wise, it's like a 2. These are not great, which is a shame because we love that pie and that shortbread, and obviously the gelato was top-notch. So you can do much better at Jumbeau's than these. I would stay away from these unless the kids are absolutely screaming for a cupcake. But even then, they have the regular generic Disney Cruise Line cupcakes, which I think are probably a little more digestible for everybody. I would just stick with those instead of these, is what I would say. We are blessed today. We actually got a table in Jumbeau's because we rope dropped it. They opened at noon. These are the last 2 things I'm going to try from here. Everything else is pretty generic. Or there's also chocolate bark I'd love to try, but that's a lot. There's 5 of them. Maybe I can get them tomorrow and bring them home and try them. I don't want to... It just seems like a lot to do, honestly. But there's only 2 tables in here, which I think is at least a little more seating than the Inside Out Sweet Shop has on the Wish, but I might be wrong. The Inside Out shop on the Wish had a lot more shelving for a lot more merchandise. I think here they realize they're like, you know, it's all a couple of prepackaged things, but let's focus on the stuff we actually make or that is special to the location. Either way. So there are some other cool things. There's a red velvet brownie shaped like a popsicle. It's just going to be a red velvet brownie. A lot of the ubiquitous Disney Cruise Line treats. There's some Christmas stuff, but we're focusing on things that'll be on the ship when you come. So the 2 things I'm going to try today, one of them's pretty standard, but I just like the presentation a lot, which are the chocolate covered strawberries, because they come in like dirt and they look like carrots and they're very cute. And so I'm going to try one. They're very good. The strawberry was super fresh. Chocolate, just a little bit of sweetness, not a ton. They're good. With the presentation, I'm going to give those a 7. I like them. If you're in the mood for a chocolate-covered strawberry, very romantic to give your significant other a chocolate-covered strawberry that looks like a carrot in dirt. The most romantic gesture you could do, actually. And then the other thing I'm going to try is I love carrot cake, and we were kind of disappointed by that carrot cake cupcake thing yesterday. So today we're going to try a carrot cake brownie. Is it a brownie with carrot in it, or is it carrot cake just shaped like a brownie? I don't know. We're going to find out. Again, the presentation's cute with the grass and the carrots coming up out of it. Really adorable. I think it's on shortbread. Looks like a shortbread cookie at the bottom. No, that is not either of the things I said that it would be. It's better than the cupcake. Oh, wow. I'm going to try a little more. Now that I can kind of tell what's going on, take one of these carrots off. Those are chocolate, by the way, the carrots. think it's a little bit of cake, a giant layer of cream cheese, and essentially a layer of carrot cake. It's really good. It's very sweet. The cream cheese makes it super sweet. I don't know that I could eat the whole one. It's very good. The shortbread's good. It gives you exactly the flavor you want it to have. Overall, it's really good. I'll give that a 6, maybe just because it's a little too much cream cheese. A little bit less than this might be a 7. But, these are both good viable options. I'm glad we ended on a strong suit, on a strong note. I'm losing my mind. I've been on C too long. I'm glad we ended on a strong note for Jumbeaux because a lot of the stuff's cute. I was hoping a lot of it was good, and the majority was. It's really just those cupcakes. Those cupcakes were just okay. Yeah, but otherwise everything else has been real solid, up to great even. But I think the main thing I would do is get the gelato or the ice cream. That's what they're known for. That stuff is, I've never had bad gelato or ice cream on the ship. They're fun flavors, they're great presentations, there's loads of toppings. That's what they excel at, that's what they're known for, and that's probably what you should focus on getting, unless one of these other things just really sounds incredible to you. But I'd stick to ice cream and gelato for the most part.